Mais um dia importante de Lumiares, é onde nos vamos preparar para a GQ. Boa tarde. Obrigado. Vamos a isso. Eu ouvi dizer que era uma penthouse. Não sei se é verdade ou não, mas vamos ver. Pela primeira vez numa penthouse, eu acho que isso... Não estamos aí com muito tempo. É uma coisa recorrente nos vídeos que faço, não é? Tipo, nunca estar com tempo. Pá, mas pronto, vamos a isso. Meia horinha para me despachar. Ui. O que é que nos espera atrás desta porta? Vou-me tirar para a cama, pode ser, olha. Para além de fazer anos hoje, dia 17 de novembro, acontece também o GQ Man of the Year. Significa que a GQ, a revista reconhecida, vai entregar e vai também, de certa forma, galardoar alguns prémios a personalidades, neste caso, a personalidades do nosso mundo, não só de televisão, mas também desde ciência, desde cinema. Muita coisa vai acontecer hoje, ao longo deste dia, e uma delas, aquela que eu guardei ao longo destes últimos meses, talvez, vou entrevistar Mariano Di Vaio. Pois é, em exclusivo para a GQ e em exclusivo aqui também para o Pela Fechadura blog e YouTube. Portanto, se nos estão a ver neste momento, significa que daqui a alguns segundos vamos estar à conversa com Mariano Di Vaio. Vamos a isso! Hey, how are you, man? Good, and you? Yeah? Let's start.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Are you ready? So, first of all, welcome to Lisbon.
Thank you so much.
I believe it's your 4th time here.
Yeah, more or less. Think so.
Okay, and welcome to GQ Man of the Year.
Thank you so much.
So you're gonna receive an award, right? but
Can we say that? Can we say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So let's talk about social media.
Yeah.
One of the first posts that you did when you arrived here in Lisbon was stay humble, be nice to everyone, be positive. And that's the recipe.
Yeah.
Do you think this is like your success formula?
I guess so. I guess I would say that that's the perfect recipe. It's not always easy to do that. I mean, it's easy to say it, it's easy to write it, but it's not always easy to do it. But I guess that's my perfect recipe, and that's what I aim to do. You know, that's what I always keep in mind. What I always at least try to do most of the time. So stay humble and be positive, and try to be nice to everyone around you. That's just gonna make the world better, and everything you do is gonna be easier. I guess that's I think it's a positive thought to share with people, and I'm not really about sharing like hard moments in life or bad things, because there's already enough of it. So when I share things, I try to share positive things. So
Yeah, another thing that you share a lot is, and it's good, it's moments with your family. Is it hard for you to be like, or to have a balance between your parenthood and your social media life?
It is hard because, we tend to mix up things a little bit during the everyday life. I guess is our biggest problem right now in society as well. is that we can't really separate our social life, our Instagram things
that's true.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets hard a little bit, but you know, with the when I got kids, it's almost 2 years now, and with my wife, you know, you realize that you need to take some time off of that, and you know, and try to share moments with my family. For me, is a way to say, you know, there's more important things than, you know, like the things we always say, we always see. So, you know, it's good for me. It's good for me as a person. It's good for me. Everything I do it better when when I have time to spend with my family. I know I had spent the right time with them. Then all the rest feels better. And
That's
easier.
what I was about to ask you, like, because your wife is also an influencer, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be like a moment when you really have to separate the things.
Exactly.
Let's take us back a little bit.
Yeah.
You started this life many times ago, many years ago.
Yeah.
Right now, the influencer is a word, but before it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
What do you think for like the newcomers? They have it harder or easier to get in this life?
Well, it's definitely harder. First of all, because there's so many people doing these things, and second of all, because the level got so high. You know, everyone that's doing it is doing it so good that it's even harder now to do, you know, to do photos, videos, or something, you know, and to get out of the box. So I think it's harder, and I think it's, if you do it because you're really passionate about what you want to talk about, not just because, you know, it's a shortcut or something, because it's not a shortcut anymore. Now it's super hard to get somewhere.
But you believe like there is like a formula to get there?
Well, as long as you talk about something that is interesting, as long as you find there's a gap in something, there's an empty space, and you're trying to fill that, that could work. If you're really passionate about it, and if you're really willing to make sacrifices and, you know, to give good content and to interest people, you know, you have to work hard. People are not just going to follow you like that. So
the things that you're doing, you put a lot of you in that. Do you think the people understand that?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure that they don't see everything that's behind, because it's almost impossible, I guess. And even right now, for me, with the company, with the babies, with the family, with all the people that work with me, it's you know, it's hard to manage things. So sometimes it's even hard for me to realize what's going on around me. So I guess it's impossible for them. But you know, I hope they can see a little bit of the hard work there's behind, and I hope they can see there's not just my work, because I have a beautiful team of young guys. And you know, I think they can tell there's a little hard work behind, and I hope they can see that.
GQ is one of the most well-known magazines in the whole world. Do you think this award means like the world to you?
It does mean a lot. It does mean a lot, because you know, it's the recognition that hard work pays off. And you know, I worked hard to do what I did in the last 5 years, especially again, with the company, with everything we built, with all the brands that we created, the hair product line, the know-how e-commerce, and all the rest. So being aware that you know, realizing that the world is aware of what you're doing and giving you that recognition, that's like the sugar in the coffee for me. So like, it's totally the different taste. So you know, everything seems like, oh, thank God. I mean, yeah. That's beautiful.
You are a good-looking guy, let's say, right?
Thank you.
You have to go to the gym a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And how can you just find the moments to each of these things?
You just, I don't know. You got to do what you got to do. You know, you're in the game. If you have to give your best, and you wanna, you know, you can't say hard work pays off if you're not willing to work hard. You know, so I'm happy that to get a recognition like this, because I want to say out loud that I was working really hard during these past few years, and that's part of it. You know, like if I didn't have the energy to wake up at 7 a.m. and go work out, I mean, you know, maybe I wasn't worthy for the prize I'm getting tonight.
We have a problem here, you know. So my girlfriend, this one here, you know, she says that you're the most incredible guy in the world. She says that you're the most hottest guy, and this is the worst part for me. But the best part is, she says that I look a lot like you.
That's good.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you do. I think we look pretty similar, to be honest.
where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, that's a big question because it's so hard to tell where I'm gonna go because I have so many things in mind. And again, the company that I built are growing really good, and I don't want to leave them behind because you know, I don't want to be too selfish talking about that right now. So I don't want to think too much about me, myself as a person, as a character. At the same time, I don't want to waste it because I don't want to waste what I built during all this time to go for a dream or something. But you know, again, manage to find a way to do all the things together in a good way. I think is going to be the key. Well, I have something in my hands on a movie that I'm about to do.
Yeah, ask you that because we studied in the same school.
Really, we did.
Academy
Nice,
in LA.
man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of my.
Is a part of your dream as well.
That's probably the main reason why I started everything. I started traveling. I started learning English because I wanted to act in English and study acting. So that's, you know, again, I want to keep going what I'm doing. I want to keep going, letting it go and let it grow good. So I want to follow it. I want to, you know, I want everything to go the right way. So probably, you know, if you want to act as well, if you want to get into movies and stuff, you have to work even harder.
Yeah.
And you know, you need skills, you need preparation, you need to study. And I want to, when I do things, I want to do them right.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank
it was
you,
great to talk to you.
My pleasure.
And that's it.
Ciao.